please hit that like, subscribe, share, and comment if you like. All notification bell as well. And welcome back for the ones who are coming back, and welcome for the ones who are coming for the first time. All right, so this is part two to be careful while you're using WhatsApp. Okay, I did a part two because I was actually discussing it with some of my loved ones just to be careful and stuff, whatever. And come to find out, they were experiencing things too and just wrote it off like I did whenever it first happened to me with the Bahamas situation. So let me first explain how random access memory works. Okay, so you have your ROM and you have your RAM, and a lot of people don't really know, because I mean, I didn't even know or whatever until I got trained in computers or whatever, that your ROM is your actual storage. Like what you store in your, it's like I compare the computer to the brain. What you store like in that long term memory of yours or whatnot, and your random access memory is like, you know, what you're storing right now while somebody's talking to you, watching TV and stuff. It's not going to stay there. You know, it's going to be just for that little while that you're doing it and everything. Or say, for instance, you get directions to go somewhere. You're not going to save that in your memory if you're not going back to that place ever again. You're going to use that random access memory at that moment so you can get to where you're going. Okay, so the computer's the same way. So your random access memory, I don't even know what the example of to give what a good random access memory or RAM is for a computer at this point, because I haven't worked in computers in a very long time. But y'all can look this up yourselves. You know, it's not usually a really large number, because it's just your cache memory. It's not going to be there for a long time. ROM is usually the big storage, a certain amount of gigs or whatever, or terabytes or whatever. Okay, so with that being said, everybody has had a moment where your computer done glitched up and everything or whatever, and you like, oh, I got too much running at the same time. Everybody know that. So you hit the on Windows. I don't know what you do on Apple, but on Windows you hit Control Alt Delete at the same time, and it brings up a task manager. That task manager is letting you know that this program is running in the background, even though you're not using it right now, but you never completely closed it out and ended the task. So whenever you end the task on those particular programs, say for instance you were using Windows Media earlier that week, you didn't end the task on it. So Windows Media is still running in the background, even though you closed out the window. Okay, so it's still running. So when I say that, you know, whenever you download these apps, it says, can we use it just this one time, or do we have access to your pictures, your microphone, your videos just this one time, or do we have it only when we're using the app, or do we have it at all times? When they asking at all times, they're asking, can we run this in the background while you're on the phone talking to people, while you're doing videos, while you're traveling? Can we run this in the background? And the question that you should be asking is, why do you need to? I'm not using the app. Why do you need to? It shouldn't even be an option, you know? So what you want to do, well, I can't tell you what to do, but what I would do is only let it be used while you're in the app. I even do that with Google's Maps, okay? So for the sake of not being repetitive, basically, if you're going to download an app or whatever, don't give them access to your microphone, your contacts, your pictures, and all that stuff, whatever, whenever you're not using it. And I was just talking to one of my loved ones just now, and we were going through the app together because I was warning him. And he said that the only people who have access to my contacts is my contacts. And the question is why? Why does your contacts need access to your contacts? Does that make sense? So that explains how somehow these people are contacting my other contacts. But the question is, how about the people who I don't know, who are not in my contacts? How come they get to see my contacts is a question, okay? So, and he told me that he got a phone call from somebody in Kenya as well. And he picked it up is because they had the same country code. And it was Chinese people talking Mandarin to him. You know, and everybody who knows that China's about this sucker. They out here. They out here. Okay? So it's not far-fetched that he got a Mandarin phone call from somebody who is out here in Kenya. But once again, like, I didn't pay no mind to it with the situation with my people in the Bahamas. We didn't really pay too much. We didn't give it too much a thought whenever my sister said that, hey, somebody from Kenya called or whatever. your contacts are not the only ones who have permission to your contacts, clearly. Because people who are not in your contacts, who you don't even know, are contacting your contacts through WhatsApp. Okay? So, that's concerning. Okay? That's concerning. So what I did was I removed all the permissions for them to have permission to my contacts. Why do you need to have permission to my contacts? Okay, somebody would say, so you can send messages. Nope. I just took the permissions to my contacts off, and those numbers are still there, and so are their pictures. So why do you need to have the names of my contacts? You don't need to have their names. You already have their pictures and their number. But we don't sit up here. We be so worried that we're not going to be able to use something or whatever that we just give them permission. Stop giving permission for no damn reason, because this was definitely a learning curve for me. This was definitely a shock to the system, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like my information being cross intersectional between any damn body, especially to my sons. And I had my DD Form 214 on this sucker in my images. I had other things, with personal information on it, and you thinking that your stuff is safe because I have my son's transcripts on that sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like his, I have all kind of stuff that I done took pictures of to upload for different reasons, and and for anybody who sit here and say, or even think about it, that, why you have that on your phone, we all do. At least one document you do. So push on with that thought process. But who really thinks about going to go, hey, let me go ahead and delete this real quick? I mean, some people do. Some people are just as anal retentive as I am, or meticulous when it comes down to making sure they keep their information secure as I am. But everybody slip up. So, hey, and every once in a while, every once in a while, people get laxed. You know what I'm saying? I can sit here and say I slipped up and got laxed. I'm letting you know, your information, your most pertinent information, your most private information is not secure, whether you're using that app or not. If you have it running in the background, which it's asking you, same thing with Google Maps, they're asking you, can they use it whenever you're not using the app? Which means they're working in your cache memory on your phone. They're working in your random access memory on your phone. So just so you know, go into your permissions and change that, okay? It's not going to stop you from being able to have phone calls. It's not going to stop you from being able to message. And even whenever you're ready to do so, it's going to ask you, hey, you need to go into your permissions and change it. Go in there and change it and then go back and change it again, because this is now the third person who done told me that people are contacting them from my contacts. Excuse me. And also that's not from my contacts at all, that I don't even know. Explain, please. Somebody got some explaining to do. Okay? So that's all I had to say and whatnot. These apps are running in your random access memory. They're running in your cache memory of your phones, which means that they're running all the time. Stop giving them access, because you're not secure. Your information is not secure. Hopefully this was helpful. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that share button, and hit the notification bell if you like, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day or night. Bye.